Hey everyone, Wildcard here, and today we're going to be on World War III modded, and we're going to be learning about flying the Red Falcon flight system helicopters. So, based on the previous video I made, I explained that Red Falcon flight system is superior, in my opinion, than the expansion helicopters, and today I'm going to go over the differences between the two and why I feel that way. So the first thing, like I said with the other video, is look at your controls for Red Falcon flight systems. So you press escape, you go to the menu, controls, configure key bindings, and then it's under RFFS, which stands for Red Falcon flight system. As with the other video, pretty much the same keys for controlling the direction of the helicopters, right? W, SAD, Q and E, collective raise and lower. I have those set for the same key bindings as expansion, just freeze. You can change it to whatever you want. Landing lights. The landing lights aren't as good as the expansion ones. You don't usually need them though, so take that as you will. Toggle HUD. So that's B. That'll change the HUD that's in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. It'll just block it out. So if you get into the helicopter and you can't see your HUD, that might be one of the reasons. So toggle heli command, that will change the command. That'll change where you can fly the helicopter from, because in RFFS there is 2 pilot seats. So you could change it from the pilot seat to the co-pilot seat, and that's useful for when the pilot needs to go do something in real life, or if he becomes incapacitated or whatever, you can change it to you if you're in the co-pilot seat. And then flight recovery, this is the biggest difference between expansion and Red Falcon flight system. This flight recovery, which is by default plus on the numpad, this will save you from crashing your helicopter. So you get a lag spike that you're not expecting from a trader, from a base. You press and hold this button, and essentially if you do it in enough time, your helicopter will stop, and it'll essentially bring it to 0 speed, and you'll be safe. It'll also right your helicopter if you're upside down. It's very convenient for a pilot. Now this flight recovery is configurable, so if you're not playing on a World War III server, it could be disabled based off of whatever your server thinks, but for World War III we have that enabled. So the next thing I'll show you, this is where the helicopter traders are. So we only have one spot that sells the helicopters. These ones right here are going to be the expansion helicopters right here, and then this trader right here is going to sell the Red Falcon flight system ones. So as you can see, there's a wide variety of helicopters available to you for the Red Falcon flight system. Little Bird is usually the easiest one to learn, and then you can go up in price and storage. Each one has its benefits. Each one has different sounds. Each one has more storage. So if you want something with more storage, the Chinook would be better, or the Black Hawk, or even the Super Stallion. These are bigger helicopters, so be wary about that if you choose to get them. The other thing you can get for these that makes them superior to the expansion helicopters is the flight storage cases. So each helicopter has a limit on how many storage cases you can put in it. However, the storage cases are pretty big, and if you get the red one, which is the largest, you will find that you'll have lots of space. And then as you get more helicopters, like the different varieties, you'll find they have more space for each one. This will further increase your storage capacity. Aviation toolboxes, these will be used to repair your helicopter, depending on the damage taken. There are a few things that happen that it can't replace. Like if your HUD gets damaged, you see like kind of static on your HUD. That means you're gonna have to eventually replace your helicopter. You can still fly it, right? But it's damaged. The other thing is if the rotor's damaged, you're never gonna be able to replace that with the aviation toolbox. This is for minor damaging. I always recommend having this at least one toolbox on board so you could fix minor damaging. The battery charger doesn't really do that much, or you don't really need it, so I won't talk much about that. One thing that's different between the Red Falcon flight system and the expansion helicopters, and this is configurable based off of your server as well. World War III servers require that you have a pilot helmet in order to see the HUD. And this could be the pilot helmet that comes with the Red Falcon flight system, or it could be the vanilla Red Falcon flight system. Or sorry, the vanilla helmet. So yeah, as you can see, the Red Falcon flight system has different components than any other vehicle or the expansion helis. So these parts are unique to it. So you can find all these parts in the world somewhere. The modded FAQ has locations for you. But these are different, and you will they look similar, but you will need to find them, and they're different from what you normally would see. Okay, so we're inside the helicopter now. You can see at the bottom left hand corner of the screen the HUD. It looks pretty similar to any vehicle HUD that you would see. The gasoline is in the center there, and then right below it is the hydraulic fluid, and then you got your height based off of sea level. So this is 459 feet above sea level, and then your speed in the left-hand corner there. You also notice the green helmet right in the speed indicator there. That indicates the control is in this spot. So if you saw red, you'd have to switch it to the other spots, and then it will it'll do that. So I'll go ahead quickly map that to a different key, and we can test that. So I pressed it, and it switches control to that seat. So now that seat has control. You cannot start it from this seat. And then I switched it back using the same key. The other thing is if you don't have the helicopter helmet equipped, you'll not see this HUD in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You will need it in order to see that. Alright, so we'll go over flying now. So it's pretty similar. You start the engine just the same as you would on an expansion helicopter. Again, you're going to raise the collector up, and that'll allow you to take flight. So I'm raising on the collector, and I'm going up, and then using the W, A, D, and S keys to kind of tilt the helicopter whatever which way. The good thing about this system is that you see that it has a collective bar graph, essentially bar meter. You can see how high your collective is. Obviously, the lower you are set, you'll start to lose altitude, and then you'll have to raise that up again. The one thing to note with the Red Falcon flight system is that you have a max ceiling for altitude, and that's about like 100 feet, I think. Uh, you cannot go above that, and things get harder to see when you're up to that level. As you can see, I'm going up and down on the collective. It's just part of the flying the helicopter. So in order to increase speed, I'm going to tilt the nose of the helicopter down, and I'm going to make sure the collector is high, and that's going to kind of maximize the speed of the helicopter. You see we went through a lag spike there. That's because of the traders. So let's say like you lose control, right? You're plummeting to the earth, and you're freaking out, right? So that flight recovery option button, you press it, there you go, you saved yourself. It's something that'll save you from so many things, and as long as you have it on a good key. A lot of people remap it from the plus on the numpad to the spacebar, just so that it's easier to do and easier to control. You can do whichever you want, but it will save you from doing anything stupid, right? And it's very handy for when you get into unexpected lag. So always have your fingers on that keybind, and you can pretty much save yourself anytime you get into any sort of predicament, right? So just moving with the WAD keys, tilting to the sides, and W key inverts the nose. Now we're going to land. We're going to lower on the collective, and then we're going to use our flight recovery to kind of settle out. See how it lowers on the speed, and it kind of just levels you out there. And then we're going to lower on the collector. Now make sure you're going to go down slowly to the ground. It is possible to crash into the ground if you're going too quickly. And then you stop the engine just like that. One of the differences between this helicopter and the expansion helicopter is when you crash it. So for the expansion helicopters, they will just crash like a normal vehicle. You'll probably die, maybe you won't. However, this one, there's two things that happen. When you crash into the ground, it'll create an explosion that'll essentially kill you. So even if you survive the crash, you're going to die from the explosion. Once the explosion happens, it's going to be like a vanilla heli wreck that you come across in the world, right? So you'll see smoke. It'll look like a damaged version of your helicopter, and zombies will spawn. Also, all the contents of your helicopter will be spewed out across the wreck site. Now, it's not all your stuff. It's going to be whatever survived the crash. So everything is going to be spread out. You're going to be missing stuff. It's probably going to be gone. And it'll all be damaged or ruined. So that's one of the... It's a configurable option set for the helicopters. However, World War III has it set so that it does happen, and you will lose stuff. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you land like on a hill or a building, it's going to kind of skew the loot path, so you might lose a lot of stuff into the ground, and there's just nothing you can do about it, right? So try very hard not to crash your helicopter. It's the best way to maintain all your items, right? Also, make sure that when you go out with a helicopter, you have a wrench. And like I said, with the Red Falcon flight system, you'll need the aviation toolbox, and that'll repair anything else, hopefully, and then you should be good. If you have any more questions about how Red Falcon flight system works, how to fly the helicopter, put it in the comments below. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. I will do more videos as I find more things that people are wanting to look at and see, or they have questions on. Otherwise, I'll see you on the World War III servers if you'd like to join us. We have modded vanilla for Chernarus and Livonia. We also have Namalsk. And we do have a deathmatch server. So if you like that, please join us. Thank you. Bye.